to talk a little bit about my time at the walls, Missouri State Penitentiary. A lot of people want to hear about that. At one time, it was called the Bloodiest 48 Acres, and that was before my time. The old heads there, they used to tell me that it was worse than after I got there. And I just couldn't believe that. That was just crazy, because it was already bad. And like everybody, I got tested there. Had to fight somebody, and but it was violent, and even the guards would uh, fight you or beat you, And I had this one lieutenant that thought I cussed him one time, and he wanted to take off his badge and fight me, but I didn't fight him, because I didn't even know what he was talking about. He could have been making up something, but he would fight guards and inmates, and there was a lot of drugs back there, a lot of weed, And I worked in the hobby craft as a leather worker, and with this other guy, and all of us down there, especially on holidays, would make hooch and smoke weed. And I didn't like getting drunk too much because I wanted to stay on my toes, I didn't want to be messed up, I wanted to be ready for in case anything happened. But I did get drunk a few times. And I think in other states it's called pruno, but here in Missouri we call it hooch. And a lot of times, if they would catch you drunk, they would just tell you go back to your cell. You know, they didn't want to see you the rest of the day because they didn't want to do paperwork. But if they caught you with the hooch, then they would write you up, and put you in the hole. But most times, if they just saw you drunk, they just, hey, get to your cell. And I was there when they executed excuse me, when they executed Tiny Mercer, the last person to be executed at Missouri State Penitentiary, and they had this. Everybody got together, and they said they was going to put up a protest, which included around midnight to start banging on the cell doors, which was all open. It was bars. The front of your cell was bars. So we started doing that, and then somebody down the walk yelled, "Hey, they got porn on the movie channel." So the the banging stopped, and everybody started watching this porn. So I always thought, well, so much you guys really didn't want to protest too much, but so they showed porn like the rest of the night or something, and but that place was crazy, but there was an order to it, despite everything that was going on, there was like a crazy. It's hard to explain, but like the chow hall was divided, by race. Half of it was the black set on one side and the whites on the other side. The yard was kind of like that too, a little bit. Upper yard was mostly blacks, and lower yard was mostly whites, But I did 5 years there, and it was the longest 5 years of all my time I did in prison, my whole 29 years. That place, and the thing of it is, last year, it's a museum now. And last year I went back there as a, just I saw my old cell, one of my old cells, and it was just kind of strange being there. But what was also strange was that there was a former guard there, and a former inmate, and another person who had just been there like for a few days or something, passing through, on a transfer thing. But I was kind of surprised to see them there. They was kind of surprised to see me. And the guard said he didn't even know why he came there. He said, I just felt a need to. The thing about the museum is that they say it's haunted. I never saw no ghost there. And people say, well, how do you know? Well, it doesn't matter because I wasn't scared of anybody that was dead. I was more worried about the ones that was alive, you know. So, but this ghost thing, I think, is just a thing for them to make money, drawing tourism. But anyway, after 5 years there, I got my custody level to a 4, lowered to a 4, and I was sent to Farmington Correctional Center. And that was completely different. It was the cells weren't open, so it was quiet, and it took me. I'd gotten used to the noise at the walls, and but there is it was a lot quieter, it took me a while to get used to that, and plus the cells had windows that you could open. At the walls we didn't. The cells were back to back and facing out, and you had these big tall windows, that went all the way up. And it was 4 tiers, and here is just like 2 levels, bottom walk and a top walk. And it took some getting used to. And plus, when you first get there, when I first got there, there was a bunch of us from the walls that got there at the same time, and like the white shirts, the sergeants and the lieutenants and stuff, captains, they treated us, bad. They, oh, you guys are from the walls, you think you're bad or something. No, it wasn't that. I have never thought I was bad. I was just trying to survive, and but that's the way they treated us. They thought that just because we came from there, that we was gonna cause trouble or something, and some did, but I wasn't one of them, And then Farmington looked like a park. I mean, there was trees. The walls didn't have trees in it, and it didn't.